I think there's a huge opportunity for brands with sponsored content as opposed to traditional advertising. The way we see it, the advertising industry today is broken into three main buckets: search, social, and display. And that comes to approximately $110 billion a year. And we think that, we feel that we're part of a big journey to build a fourth category of discovery. And the opportunity for brands, I think, using that category is to create content that's engaging, that as opposed to showing a picture of the product they want to sell, go back to the drawing board and think, why would someone buy that product? And then create series of content that is engaging, whether it's video, article, and slideshows, so that their potential audiences may discover that content and over time build credibility to purchase and interact with the brand. So I think that completely changes the way brands are and can communicate with their consumers, and we're very excited about it. So I think where the industry is going the following 5-10 years is that we'll see some sort of consolidation between brands and publishers to become sort of an entity called media company. And I think media companies in the future will look at three things: how to get audience to us using different ways, whether it's social, paid distribution, display, video, and other means to attract audience to come to our content, interact with our products. The second thing is, what do we do with those audiences once they're on their site? So engagement, A/B testing of titles to see what works and what's not, circulation to make it personalized, partner links to make sure that we aggregate content from different places. So engagement is the second bucket, and then the third one is monetization. And I think native is a big part of the third one, which is, I think, the victors of the future will be folks that will have the courage to experiment with new types of ad formats, whether that's custom ad units, not necessarily IEB display units, or sponsored messages in the form of native advertising, and many, many other things. And I think those that will become intimate with those ad products will have an advantage in the marketplace against their competitors, because they will generate higher ROI for the content they create. This is amazing, actually, to see the growth that in mobile. We were single digit in traffic across our network of sites. We now serve 3.5 billion recommendations every day to over 100 million people a day across apps, mobile sites, connected TVs, and publisher sites. And we're seeing now over 20% of our company's revenues coming from mobile devices, which is tremendous. And I think specifically for mobile, the reason native is great is because if you think about, when do you pull your iPhone and check it out for 5 minutes? And I think for the most part, you're killing time. You're in a cab, going someplace, you're waiting for a doctor for 5 minutes, you're doing something to sort of, kill time. And then when you're killing time, you may not take your credit card, click on a banner and buy something, but you may read a story of USA Today. And I think that's why native works or has a better chance to work in mobile environment, because it's tiny. And I'm more in a consumption mode versus necessarily purchase mode. And the caveat will be geolocation, things around me. But I think when it comes to traditional advertising, I think there's a huge advantage to native stories that are interlaced in the mobile experiences. And we're seeing the growth as well as our partners.